Okay, we're running. Hello, YouTubers. Here we are at the Lanark Highlands Library. We're about to do a leather custom making bookmark workshop with some kids. And first thing we ask moms, we have permission to film it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Alrighty. So, have you any of you been here before?
Yeah.
So you're an expert. You know what to do, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect, because now I can explain it to everybody, even those who are watching at home or on their car, or they shouldn't be driving while they're watching. But anyway, what we're going to do is take some leather strips, just like you see here. Okay. We're going to wet it in the water and stamp it with the different stamps that are across here, or the different alphabets. So if you wanted a specific alphabet, you want to put your name on it. See? You put your name. Go ahead, take it. It's not going to bite you. These are examples of ones that can be made with the smaller ones that you see here in front of you. Okay? You guys have done it before, but we're going to go through it all again. So basically, you're going to come around and you're going to say, okay, I want to put an alphabet on it. You're going to choose which alphabet you want. If you say it's one of these guys, you're on your own. Take a mallet. You'll take the post. This one has a little spring ball inside it. The advantage of that is it'll hold that piece on there. You find top and bottom, so it's not upside down or backwards. Don't worry if it happens. I have an oops tool. You're going to put it on the leather and hit it with the mallet. With the larger ones, we're going to use the press right here, so we don't have to do the banging. With the stone slabs, you're not allowed to let the metal touch them because it'll chip the stone. Okay, so when you're working on something, set it back here or set it on the table. Don't put it on the stones. So the first thing we do is we take the leather and wet it. So it's soft like clay. Now we can mark it. Okay? Then we'll choose whatever you want to put on it. So the whole process is quick and painless, unless you get your fingers in the way. Now there's some examples of ones that were done up just to show people how to do it. So we're not going to bother with that today because you're all ready to get started, aren't you? Okay. So we're going to start with your little ones. All right. Do you know what you want to put on it?
Yeah.
What are you going to put on it? Okay. So the way it works is...
Usually I'm a Tia.
Pardon me?
I'm a Leia.
And
Okay.
she's Athena.
Oh, your names. Got to remind you, I'm deaf in one ear and can't hear out of the other one.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yep, yep.
I'm blind in one eye and can't see out of the other one too. Okay? So, I may have to ask you to repeat, and if you're facing me when you say it, that helps. Okay. And I've already forgotten your name. Who's starting? You are. Okay, so what are you going to put on it? What's the first?
Go ahead.
Our unicorn.
Yeah, you're going to pull it out one at a time and hand it to me. So you hand me the unicorn. And then you're going to get the next one ready, aren't you? Because what's coming after the unicorn?
Whatever she would like.
That's
Which one
right.
do you want?
But
Do you
what's
want
the
your
next
name
one?
or do you want...
My name.
Which alphabet do you want to use?
Look at your alphabet, honey.
Right here.
That one? Okay, so you're going to bring the whole box over to me after you put the unicorn back in its home.
Ooh, perfect for Athena.
So put that back in its hole, and then Mom can just hand the whole box over.
Which one
The
do you
alphabet,
want?
she wanted that.
You want this one?
You may want to research.
Or
That
you want
one?
a different one?
I want. Yeah.
You want this one?
That
Okay.
alphabet? So, yeah, we just leave the bookmark there, and it makes it a lot easier. Okay, you come right around to here. You're going to hand me you're going to stand on this side. Hand me the first letter.
Of my name.
Yes, you're going to spell it for me. Okay. And I'm going to put them on. And you're going to watch your nose doesn't get schmucked by that thing. So if you back up just one step. And I just adjust. Okay, what's the next letter? Okay, and what comes after that? You going to get ready for me? Spell the alphabet. Just go A, B, C until you find the letter you're looking for. put that one back and give me that one. For those of you who are going to be working with the smaller sets, you will find the letter underneath it, so I know it's not upside down. Doesn't matter with an H. But with all the other letters, you can find it on the actual stamp, which will help you so that you don't put them on wrong.
Okay, get the next one. You got it? Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Which one are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the same alphabet or do you want something different?
Well, that's why we have all the different alphabets. Okay, so what's left?
What's the next one? Can you see those?
See, right here. Yeah, they're confusing because they're backwards.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
So, and then if you don't know your alphabet really well, but even I go through it. Okay, what's the alphabet? Okay,
A, B, C, D.
Grab your next letter.
That's right.
Yeah.
put that one away, and I'll take this one. Okay, now you have room at the bottom, Athena, for something else. Did you want to put something else at the bottom?
There's an owl.
There's horses.
Mom's not allowed to tell them they can pick their own. Mom can get their own.
Check it out.
You know how hard that is as a mom to let them have all the fun?
I know.
Yeah, Mom can get her own.
Okay, Mom,
That's one mom's
Okay,
job.
so Mom, you can put that box back, and Athena, you bring that stamp over. What did you get? An owl. See what happens when Mom
I know, I'm
points
sorry.
something out.
She likes stuff like this.
It's
Yeah.
a spirit guide.
Cool.
Spirit guide?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We have an owl.
Okay, you
at
put
our
the owl
house.
back. Yeah, what kind of owl?
His name is Edwin. It's a stuffy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but
we
I
actually have
think
an
we have
owl.
Actual owls.
We have a barred owl at our house. So now it has to dry. Okay, so we're just going to set it over here.
My mom has
Let the air get to it.
Yeah,
When
when
it
it switches
dries,
out
it goes
to-
back to being hard again, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so who's next? And what are you getting? What do you mean, You've been standing
Guys,
here
do
the
you wanna
whole
see
time
this over
looking.
here? You guys want to look?
Yeah.
We can go to the other side.
There's the dragon.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need time to spell it.
Yeah.
Here.
The dragon was my very first stamp when I started collecting. A long, long time ago.
Your bookmark?
Well, that's because the wet leather.
Oh, can I have a piece of Lego?
And it's not so much rust as it's a little bits of flakes of leather that's on there, and it's getting darker. It will brush off because this is aluminum, and aluminum doesn't rust. But little tiny flakes of like leather dandruff get there, and it will wash off if I take a little brush and scrub it. Okay, so what are you having after the dragon?
I love it.
Okay, and I'll let the moms know this is crass commercialism. There's my card.
Oh, go.
On the back of the card is some of what I do,
Excellent.
including children's parties where they make 3 different items.
This is Papa's neighbor.
Okay, so what's coming after the mare and foal? What's the next one? So we do this right at the kitchen table. They make hair barrettes, key fobs, wristbands. They choose.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
If they want to turn a strip of leather into a bookmark, I put the snaps on it for them first. There's an oval piece that they can turn into a hair barrette, so I punch the holes with the stick through, or I put a chain on it and it becomes a keychain. The kids decide, not the parents.
I still have a leather bracelet I made with my name on it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like still.
I was at a fair and a woman came up with her daughter. Said, "Here's the key fob I had when I, now my daughter's making one."
Yep.
All right, sweetheart. What's the next one?
I want to make my name.
Your name with that alphabet there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, we even have a hashtag for you people.
All right. So what's your name again?
Alea.
Are we gonna have enough space?
How many letters is that?
A. L. A. Y. A. H. 6.
Ooh.
Might have to do a small letters.
No. We just make them cozy.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm just going to get you back up this so you don't get smacked by the handle. And you can dig out the next letter for me.
Nobody wants to get smacked by the handle.
Well, and my elbow can bonk them on the head. What's the next one? Spell it at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, S upside down, H-I, G, I, J, L, and H, I, J, K, C, and C, D, E, F, G. People move them around, H, I, J, K, and then an L, absolutely. And what comes after the L?
Is yours gonna say your name, or is it gonna say
Put your name on it, just like Christmas dinner. You may not like them, but you have to sit beside them, so we put them close.
Yeah, if you use the small ones, you could definitely like something like that. This has the same characters.
Yeah, there's three of them the same size. Those three are the same font. They're just different sizes.
But no, they were just wondering if there was enough space to put the houses in a certain.
How many letters are in your name?
It wasn't a name.
Oh,
You want the
You can-
Ravenclaw? Oh, yeah?
Probably.
you're going to put what on it?
Ravenclaw. R-A-V-E-N-C-L-A-W 9.
So you can pick either the 3/4 inch or the 1/2 inch. Because you won't be able to get.
It was my daughter's birthday yesterday.
Are you putting anything on with it?
Oh,
Pretty
I know.
small.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they're 9 inches
I was
long.
showing her the
So
cake. She's getting Ravenclaw on her bookmark.
See, in our house, they each have their own cups. That one's Slytherin, that one's Ravenclaw. Their brother's a Gryffindor.
Oh, that's awesome. Look,
Yeah.
he's got a Slytherin sweater. That's fabulous. Yeah, we're Harry Potter people now. Yeah.
My cake
It's
is
funny
Harry
because I grew
Potter.
up with it, and then I didn't really like it very much, and then all of a sudden my books got recycled as soon as they were old enough. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
But-
Athena is Greek, right?
Yeah, she's a great goddess. Wisdom and warfare.
there we go.
She is very into Greek mythology.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so we're going to set that over there to dry.
I
All right,
love it,
so
Alea. It looks
you've seen the whole
great,
process
honey.
now, right?
My cake was Harry Potter.
Perfect.
Yeah, I showed them. Do
We're
it.
going to take a piece of leather.
See, this is mine.
Okay, if you guys
Put
want
it
to go
in the
and
water.
play, you can go ahead and play.
Doesn't have to go in long. Just put both ends. Put it in. Yeah, now pull it out with the other end in, or you can do it that way. Okay? Let me feel it.
I want to do that.
Oh, you want to do this too?
Because the water's warm, it goes in faster. So what's the first stamp you want to put on there?
Come here with me. You can watch your sissies do.
Okay? So make sure put it on the way you want it. Okay, not so far that he's off the top. Okay? Now you're going to take, it's called a ram's foot. See the castellations on it? There it is. Sit on there. Okay? Now come around here and grab the handle with your right hand and lift it up. See how, all the way. See how it goes down a little bit and then it comes up? Then you take your other hand, slide it in. If I may. Line it up. Okay, now depending on where the handle rests, it may be too high or too low because these guys are different thicknesses than the alphabet. So if you try and press it down and you can't, go ahead. Okay, lift it up just a tiny bit. With your other hand, take this part here, that's knurled, and turn it that way. Now try it. Go ahead. Push, push. Now leave it down. Let go. Pull the leather out, but grab this guy at the same time. Pull. Okay, because this goes down and comes up a tiny little bit. So you take the ram's foot off and put it on there. Get your next stamp ready. It's a learning
Here we
curve.
go.
You're going to do an alphabet, bring the whole box over. Then just set it right here so you can act. Oh, you're going to use the smaller ones. You're going to come over here.
You can get the snatch.
Okay, so you set it down so you don't spill it. Pull the tool out and see it's an older one. It doesn't have that little ball bearing on it. So let's find the newer ones that has. Okay? Then you're going to slip the letter on there and that'll help keep it on. I'm going to look for the little mark so I know that it's not upside down. See the only spot that has a mark right there? That's so I know the bottom of the letter. For example, N is a stupid one to look at. Let's try an L. See, there's an L. I know it's not upside down. it on the leather. I'll do the first one. You're going to take the mallet and hold it where it's green. Use the maximum weight. You're going to set it on. And if I have to, see how it's a little lighter at the bottom? Put it back on just because I can do that at this stage. Okay? And I'm going to lean it towards the bottom a little bit because I'm tilting it in different directions depending on the letter. If it was H, I could do all four sides. Okay, now see how it's a little lighter over there? So now you understand. So I tilted it up, I tilted it to the bottom, and tilted it a little bit to this side. And just tap it. Okay? Go to it. Your turn. Grab your piece of leather, put your phone down, put it in the water. Well, oh, wait, was that not the first letter? That was just me? Grab another one, start over. Okay. This is the inside, we want to use the outside.
Oh.
Okay? You let me do it, too. Okay. Now, top and bottom, put it where you want it.
Okay.
Come around.
Do you touch it?
On the leather. Just put it right on the leather, where you want it. Take a look at it on all the different sides and say, okay, that's where I want it. Now, with your left hand, pull it out a little bit. With your right hand, put that guy on top. Is that your right hand? That's right. That's your right hand. Now put it on top. Okay, now with your right hand, lift the handle up. With your left hand, slide it underneath. Okay, bring the handle down, slowly. Don't let go because you might want to adjust it. Is that where you want it?
Yeah.
Okay, put it down, turn your grip around, push down. Leave it down. With your right hand, grab that piece right there. Your right hand. Leave that on the leather, pull the magnet. Put that back on the magnet. Put that back in the box. Don't drop the bookmark. Set it aside and then
You're gonna make one?
then you can go do yours. You know what to do? Yeah.
I didn't even pretend like this was just for them. When I signed up, I'm like 3 right away. Thank you.
Oh, I get to make one too.
Okay.
Why not? Can't have too many bookmarks.
How long does it go in the water for?
Just moments, so you can wait
Oh,
until
okay.
you get around to it.
Oh, okay. So you choose the ones you want first and then you soak it at the last minute?
Yes. When you're ready. Because it doesn't need to sit. It'll just dry out.
Right.
Okay, so leave it down. No, switch hands. Put your left down at the bottom. Your right down. Pull it out. Slide the whole thing with your hand. Okay. All right. Now, what are you getting on it? For?
I'm going to use the smaller ones.
Then again, you're going to come over to one of the marble slabs and bring the alphabet around. Okay, right there. Now this one happens to have one of the balls on it that holds it. Okay? All right? You're going to take this mallet and hold it with the red. Okay? Go ahead.
What are you writing?
All right, so Mom, come around, put your leather in the water.
Does it matter if it's rougher?
No, it's the
upside down?
inside and the outside. So
Okay.
just put it in to get wet. Get the tail end of it where your fingers are. Because it'll create like a watermark right there. If you wet the whole thing, it'll all dry together. If you don't, you're going to have a watermark. So set it down on the anvil.
Okay.
Put your stamp on it.
On.
The leather where you want it. Okay, this is called a ram's foot, so you put it on there now. No, turn it over. Yep. Okay, now with your left hand you're going to hold the leather. With your right hand take the handle, pick it up, slide it underneath. Lower it so that you know you're, yep. Based on where the handle rests,
Yep.
I can tell you go back up again. You got to tighten it up. So we're going to make this come down the thread a little further. Now try it.
Okay.
Because the stamps, and again, go back up again.
It's not fair.
Yep. Lower it so I can get at it. Right now. That's okay. Now you can adjust it the other way if that's too much. Now leave it down.
Okay.
Let go.
Right.
Use your left hand on the leather, the right hand on the ram's foot, slide the whole thing out, put it back in the magnet, do your next stamp. Hold it where the red is so you get the maximum, and don't lay the tools on the stone. Set it in there. You can let the mallet down and use both hands. Yeah, take your time. We're in no rush. And if you mess it up, like I did, we'll just do it again. If it's a little mess up, I have what's called an oops tool, and I can fix it.
Oh, okay.
If it's really permanent, like the wrong letter completely, then we get it correct. Now, where do you hold this? Use the weight of it. Let it work for you. So just set it on there, so it's on. You can always line it up. Now the letter has a stamp on it, so you know it's at the bottom. If it hasn't been crushed by this thing, it's still there.
Okay.
So then you can put the letter on, and then put the ram's foot on.
Right. Okay.
One,
So there's the
the
letter.
letter, where you want. Okay. So we can see that it's correct. Now put the ram's foot on. Line it up again. Lift up the handle. Slide it into position. Now the alphabet will be a different thickness than stamps.
Right.
So bring the handle down. Depending on where it rests, you may need to adjust it because the metal is thicker on the stamp or thinner. You can go back and do those again by making sure the letters on there are good and then hitting harder.
We're leaving. Thank you.
So turn the wheel counterclockwise. Your turn. Okay, leave it down. Pull it in. That's right. Set it back up there and then go to the next one.
You should make this look easier than it is.
Yeah. 22 years of doing it.
Yeah, that would help.
I wore out.
I think you
This is
just
my
eat.
third machine.
Oh wow.
Same with the.
And I don't even need these, so I don't know what I'm
Oh, it may not be any. Just double check. Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. It's just I think
Yeah.
it's worn out. There it is.
Oh yeah, you can't tell.
I know.
You can look
Yeah.
carefully, but when you turn it over, you know that this part is at the top of all the letters and the fan, and you'll see that. You can tell with the K.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell with the
Yes.
other ones. It's just.
Nope, put the post on it.
That
That's,
was.
yeah, that's all right. You can adjust the press. You don't have. If you find it too, leave it down.
Oh right. I
Pull
keep
them
trying
both.
to like.
That's, it takes.
pull it
Yeah, it goes down and comes back a little bit,
out. Okay.
just enough to release the pressure.
It makes sense. It just for some reason my natural instinct is to just
Yes.
pull it right out.
And to raise the handle back up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was meant to do, but they didn't manufacture it properly. I had to cut into the metal with my grinder, and I have to go even a little further. And
Okay.
but for me, it's enough.
Yeah. Here's experience.
Okay, hang on a sec. As you get to the bottom, see how the whole thing tips. Bring yourself back up into the middle, so you get.
I'm about to see people's confusion trying to read this.
Leave it down.
Still gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it
and
too.
we've got
I
it
know
on
I'm gonna
film,
do it.
and the kids are going to laugh at
Yep.
you because they can. They
That
can.
is okay. I
What do
think
they do?
it's
What do
simple
subscribe to the? I'll
Oh,
post it on the Facebook for the library,
instruction. Yeah.
and then you can get it from there.
That's okay. That way my husband can laugh at me too.
Down at the end,
Yeah.
yeah. Use the weight of it to its advantage. Never choke up on a handle. That's why it's long like that. It's weighted. It's actually got, I think it's 22 ounces, to give it some weight. This one will be lighter. There's a lead weight in there, but not as much as what's in that one. And the yellow one is because depending on the work I'm doing, I don't want chips of the rawhide to get into the leather.
Yay! Yay, I remember.
Yay! See, short learning curve. It's a brain muscle training thing.
Yeah, this is my
And you don't need somebody over your shoulder going,
lumosity or whatever those things are. Yeah, that's
"No, it's like skiing. If you do it enough times, your body says, oh, I know what I'm doing now.
Oh, really? Is that what happens?
That's what
my
happens.
body still goes, no.
Take this and then put
And my knees still go.
Yeah,
no.
but you're going to have to whack really hard.
Okay.
So what is it you wanted to put?
I
The
wanna-
owl? Oh, if you want to redo it, we'll do it on the press, because
Okay.
we can adjust the press if you want it deeper.
I'll do that.
For the bigger ones, that's the way to go.
No. I'm not
Okay,
sure what I
bring
want
your-
at the bottom.
then?
Bring it, yeah, bring it around and we'll do it. Okay. I don't know. Back to its nest. So if we just kind of feel for it, I can feel it now. Okay. You just based on where the handle is sitting, I can tell. Try that. Better? There you go. Now remember that they're one of a kind and they're not done by machine, so your letters don't have to line up exact. You can do what you want to it, and nobody, exactly, it's yours. Nobody can reproduce it. Even if I wanted to do it the same way a second time, I couldn't. There would be a difference. As well as the leather is different. Just like on your own skin, different parts of your hide are thicker than other parts. Well, the same thing. Once I cut this leather, no two pieces are the same. Leave it down. There was an aha moment. Yeah. Put the ram split back. There you go.
All yours.
Okay. Now decisions.
All right, I have a little longer than I'm turning.
Absolutely. So you'll wet the leather. It doesn't take long because warm water absorbs faster than cold. And if it's too wet, you just let it dry out a little bit. It's like working with clay. I went to a university in Northern Ontario where they had a pottery workshop, and I said, how do you know when the clay's ready? And they said, when it feels like wet leather. Well, I've been telling, oh, no, leave the handle down. Take your left hand,
Yes, I
put it
do.
on the leather,
Yeah.
pull the leather out. Slide it out. Take your right
Put
hand.
this on.
That's right. And I tell them that's when I know the leather's ready to work. It feels like wet clay. Because I've worked with both. Now raise the handle, slide it underneath.
Now I
lower
want
the
it
handle.
really deep, so do
So
I?
put it on.
Okay.
Get that part done first.
Okay.
Okay, based on where the handle is, you adjust. Deeper,
Okay.
shallower.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to come out to about to there, and you,
Okay.
if you can't press it there, then you have to raise the handle and turn the wheel counterclockwise a little bit. A little bit more than that. Okay, try that one. Leave it down and pull it out. Can't go any deeper because you cut
No,
through
that's
the leather.
fine.
Is it upside down?
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll just go this way.
That's right.
Solution. I'm
That's-
like,
yeah.
wait, that tree kind of looks upside down.
Well, then you have to hang from the tree with your feet up in a branch, and look, it's the right side around. Putting it at the bottom just roots the tree.
Okay, so this actually, maybe I'll just have it up top and bottom.
Okay,
This
so
one.
if you look at the tree roots,
They're at the bottom.
okay, and the numbers.
Oh,
Now, it
perfect.
doesn't do it for, like the dragon's upside down. There are a couple where they manufactured it, they put it upside down. So with the smaller tools, when you're hammering, just be careful you don't punch right through the leather. And hold it by the green part at the end. Use the weight.
Am I allowed to try this with this?
Absolutely. You're going to need the one with the green handle because it's the heaviest.
Okay.
And you can use the slab of marble that's right in front of you. Put it there. Put the post on it that you can find in any of the boxes. Okay, so that'll hold it. And again, there's one where you can't use the numbers, it's upside down. When you look at the skull, teeth are at the bottom. When they manufactured it, they put the number on the wrong spot.
Uh-huh.
So there you go.
That was nice
Now,
of them.
remember, at the end, okay, and rock it this side, that side, that side. Okay, hit it harder than that. Rock it. Rock it, there you go. Now take a look at it. Okay. Feel it, you can feel it when it's in the right spot. Hold, hit it harder. You're not going to break it. Take a look at it. Leave it down, pull it out. Okay, with the really small alphabet set, it won't stay on the post.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Because it'll, depending on each one, it will work and it won't. Because the end of the post is actually flaring out a little bit and it's catching on the inside of the hole. So just be aware that you might drop the piece.
Okay.
Okay?
So I like doing it by hand. That's nice.
We'll do this one for them.
Use your giant hammer. Instead of your giant
Now, when they're dry, you can write on them with Sharpies. You can paint them with acrylic. Mom,
Yes.
you're missing something, aren't you?
Oh. Maybe.
That in there. Why don't you just back away and let it? Just go ahead and do it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You need the experience better than I do.
Thanks.
Remember, what are you going to tell her before
I'll
she
remember
starts
that.
doing the different sides? Top, bottom. Tell her that part. You know that. Share your experience.
So you have to rock it from side to side to get off the pieces.
All four
Okay.
corners stamped evenly.
Yeah.
So you lean it a little bit as you're hitting it to catch those areas because it's so large and you're using a mallet instead of the press.
Press. Okay.
Hit it harder than that.
Just be careful of your fingers.
That's right. Better your fingers than mine. Leave the handle down.
Oh yeah. That's hard to remember.
Yeah, I
Oh my god.
can't. Couldn't remember that.
Hold the hammer at the end so you get the maximum weight. It's easier on your wrist when you're swinging a hammer to hold it at the bottom. Use the weight of the hammer to do its work. And if it's not deep enough, we'll just put it on the press. Okay.
They sound like they're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking the same thing.
Leave it down.
Oh god.
See? Yeah, me too. Whole time.
Okay.
Just like
Okay,
a
put
bad
the round
joke.
split back in the magnet. Then you can just set it over here to dry. So, yeah, let the air get to it underneath, and there you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think I'm done.
It's a workout.
It is.
Where do I put it?
Just set it over here, let it dry.
On the other
Oh
one?
no, just beside them. That's fine. You know where to find it. When I pack up, I will not take it. You can scoot the other ones over if you want to share them that way.
Oh, they look great, guys.
On the sunny days, we set them on the window with the sunshine on them. Today,
There's the sun. No, just snow.
it'll come. Well, we got rain in the forecast for tomorrow, and
10 degrees on Friday.
it's going to be a heat wave. Sap's running. Everybody's busy in the sugar bushes. You just set her down.
Thank you.
What the spots are, that's just it's oxidizing when it comes in contact with the bits of metal off either off the mallet or off the stamps or any of that. That's all that is.
Yeah, I know. I always found it gives it more personality.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Color, the different variations. So now they just dry?
That's it. Yeah, you can paint them with Sharpies. You can paint them with acrylic. You can put a stain on them just like wood.
Okay.
And you can see there, put the stain on and then wipe it off. It stays in the background, shows off any natural flaws.
And
in
what
the
kind of stain would you suggest getting?
Use any water-based stain. Shoe polish, do the same.
Oh,
That's
alright.
a combination of dye and stain together. There's another one that's dye and stain.
Okay.
You have, or you can just leave it, and it'll oxidize in sunlight.
Okay.
Like the one you see down there with all the raindrops on it. That's just years of being exposed to the sun, and developing its own color.
Right. It's awesome. Easy enough to do?
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
It was fun.